For today's Cyber CEO episode,
whatever task, he just embraces it and he runs with it. That has been wonderful. If you get a cyberbacker, they are just so amazing. They're wonderful. He knows his job. He knows what I'm looking for. He prepares listing paperwork. He helps closings. He submits my paperwork to home office. He has helped me with my email campaigns. And now we're working on text campaigns. He's always there when needed. That is huge to me. Anybody who is considering a cyberbacker, explore it and do it. You will not regret it.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. An awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Lisa, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
All right. Now, we're very excited to have you. Again, thank you very much for being on the show. I know you have a lot of things to do. Really appreciate it. Now, to start things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners, just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe we can start with, what's your role in the business, Lisa?
Absolutely. My name is 𝗙�ηκε𝗳𝗃𝗍. And as you can probably tell from my dialect, I'm from the South in a southern part of the United States. I've been in real estate for about 10 years. Prior to Cyberbacker, I had 4 human assistants. Not that Cyberbacker's not a human, but in the office. And love real estate, grew up in a family, parents, in-laws, cousins, everyone's been in the real estate world. So that's a little bit about me.
Okay, so 10 years in real estate. Also, the whole family's in real estate and again, had experience working with living bodies in the office, something like that.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now, so this is your first time then working with someone virtual?
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Was it a big change? Because again, you mentioned that you were used to working with people in the office. So how was the transition, Lisa?
It has been amazing. The difference between having a person in my office versus, as you say, a virtual assistant, my cyberbacker is 10 to 1 better than any person I've had in office. They have less issues. They are prompt. Any task I give my cyberbacker, he does. I have a gentleman. He does it immediately. And then some tasks have been very daunting tasks. And I just ask him, this is our task at hand. We're working on so many things. We use a database. He's helped clean up the database. But anything I ask him to do, it's like, how long do you need? And whatever time frame he gives me, because he's very aggressive and great at what he does. I always give him extra time. But he's just been amazing because he shows up to work. He's prompt. He's efficient, and he's just wonderful.
Just amazing to me to hear, of course, feedback with your cyberbacker. We're very glad you're having a wonderful experience with your cyberbacker. Now, how were you introduced to Cyberbacker anyway? Who told you about us?
I'm with 𝗙𝗲𝗋𝗶𝗹 Real Estate, and we had a class with cyberbackers. They were talking about cyberbackers. But I ended up having an appointment that day, so I didn't get to go. But I had a person in office, and unfortunately, they had to be out for different reasons. And I had people in my office that were already using Cyberbacker. And one lady in particular told me about how wonderful it was. She actually called her Cyberbacker, and I was able to engage with her Cyberbacker a little bit. And I just knew that's what I needed. I just knew it.
Just needed virtual leverage in the business. How long have we been working with Cyberbacker?
Since October.
Since October. So a few months into the partnership. Let's talk more about that experience with Cyberbacker then and virtual leverage. One of the first things that you had to do was to go through interviews, choosing your Cyberbacker. So how did that experience go, talking to a lot of people on Zoom?
So I'm very detail oriented. So there was tons and tons of information. I had 5 people to interview. And I read all the information. I read every word about every person you sent me. And I found a little bit of that was overwhelming. So then I had to break it down and say, what are the most important qualities I need in my assistant? So I kind of went through that process. And it's interesting because as I read through the resumes and read through the credentials, the person on paper that I seem less attracted to as my assistant, when we did this is why it's so important that you do the one-on-one interviews. When we did the one-on-one interviews, that's the person who actually stood out. And it turned out that's actually the person that I chose to be my cyberbacker.
I think in some cases, not all that's on paper, that just doesn't mean that he's always the best or he or she is always the best. So I think really conversing with the person and engaging, that's where you really see who the best person is, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, talk to me about tasks. What are the tasks then that you ask your cyberbacker to do every day?
I ask him to do a lot. And it may not seem like it to him because whatever task I give him, he makes it seem just seamless. Oh, you want to build a bridge? Okay, we'll build a bridge today. I'm being a little silly, but whatever task I ask of him, he embraces it. Whatever task, he just embraces it and he runs with it. One of the advantages I had prior to real estate, I was actually a corporate trainer and I was a martial arts instructor. So that has helped me with training him. So in my world, it's like we show the task, then we do it together, and then he does it. So that has been wonderful. If you get a cyberbacker, you will spend some time training them. But remember, you're asking them to take on a task they've never done before. And the great thing is they embrace your training and learning. So they actually are just so amazing. They're wonderful. I hope that answers your question. Sorry.
Yes. Like a sponge, though, just going through training, getting everything that they need, and just asking if ever they need the help, right?
Yep, absolutely. And we communicate via Zoom. We may talk once a day. We may talk twice a day. And then we communicate via text and in emails. But he knows his job. He knows what I'm looking for. And again, any task he's not comfortable with, either we do it together or I review it. Because again, we've only been doing this since October, but he prepares listing paperwork. He helps closings. He submits my paperwork to home office. He has helped me with my email campaigns. And now we're working on text campaigns.
Gosh, he's really around. He's almost everywhere then in the business, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, how has virtual leverage changed your business and your personal life too? How has it impacted your business?
So we have a goal. And I told him, I said, my goal is this. As you continue to grow and progress, all I want to do is go on listing appointments, get listings, negotiate contracts. There's certain things that an unlicensed assistant can't do. That I want to be able, all I want to do is go on appointments, get listings, negotiate contracts, and get them to close. And then I want him to handle all the back of the house. The biggest thing for me on a personal level is he's dependable, he shows up, and he has a great attitude. And so I know that he's going to handle that gives me peace on the personal side because that's things I don't have to do. And I had a situation where I needed a certain document sent to a client like this quick. And I was able to text him and say, hey, I know this is short notice. You've only done this once, but this is what I need. And he got that document out right away. That was huge.
Gosh, right there again, because I know in any kind of business, not just in real estate, there are a lot of things to do in any kind of business, but you just don't have the time to do them all. In 24 hours, something a day isn't enough. So having that leverage is very, very good, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we have a lot of time sensitive documents. We're in real estate, we always work on deadlines and timelines. And it's so important that we're on top of those.
Yes, everything is done on time, of course. Now, I know it's only been a few months that you've been working with your cyberbacker, but what I'd like to know is, since this is your first time working with someone virtual, do you have any tips for our listeners who are also first timers in the virtual world? So anything that you can share there, Lisa?
Well, absolutely. You want to treat your cyberbacker, of course, with respect, number one. You cannot expect them to know and do things for you if you're not willing to train them. Training is always an ongoing process. You have to train your people. That's with any job. And I know that my particular cyberbacker, everything he does, he takes extremely seriously. So early on, I had to let him know there's certain processes, like when we turn in our paperwork to home office, we're always going to get something back that's not exactly right. It's just a fact. And I had to let him know early on that when we submit that paperwork, we're going to get stuff back probably 2 or 3 times till we get it exactly the way they want it, because they're very meticulous about the paperwork, and we laugh a lot. And you need to let them know that you're human, and you need to make the job fun for them, just like it is for you.
It's definitely agree. Again, the engagement with your cyberbacker, and again, building that bridge between you and your cyberbacker, because again, they're already working thousands of miles away. So build that bridge, create that connection.
Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, we've been talking about your cyberbacker for a while now, and for sure he's going to be listening once we have this online. So
okay.
We'd like to know, what do you like most about your cyberbacker? What's the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about
dependability?
Dependability. Why dependability?
That is huge to me, because if I need something, I need it now. And I need someone that I know is going to, as we say, get up, dress up, show up. He's always there when needed. And like today's a prime example. My morning was extremely busy. So every morning he texts me, good morning. And then I text him back, good morning. Let's plan on chatting at whatever time based on what's going on in my life. Today was extremely busy. So I said, okay, send me the link at 11:45. And he sent the link. But then something else came up, like some phone calls and some engagement with other people. And I texted him back and I said, hey, it's going to be a little bit. His response was, take your time. So finally, we get back together and we got done what we needed to get done. But, sometimes when people in your office and you're supposed to meet at a certain time, they may get an attitude like, well, why aren't you? This is an ever-changing business. I mean, I may plan on talking to him at 10 o'clock in the morning, but it might be 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yep.
But he has a clear understanding when he's not doing specific tasks for me, there's certain training that he can be working on, and he's doing that. He also dials into our team meetings here at 𝗙𝗪𝗏𝗋■Williams, so he gets a better idea of what's going on with our market and with the world. And just like we had a holiday, it was Martin Luther King Day yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I asked him, did he know anything about that? And he talked about it. We talked about it a little bit and what that holiday represented, but then he took it on himself to read about it. And we do things here all the time, like mobile home sales are different than house sales and new construction. So there's always something new and different to learn in real estate. And he takes it upon himself to go out, not just with what I'm teaching him, but also to continue to educate himself. You can't buy, that is great.
Just having
he's self-motivated.
There we go. Yeah, self-motivated to be better. And again, always having that best foot forward, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Now, seems to me that you've already found your perfect cyberbacker, and we are very, very excited to see where this partnership grows to, of course, for the next couple of months. Again, Lisa, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun.
Well, you're very welcome. And again, anybody who is considering a cyberbacker, explore it and do it. You will not regret it.
We appreciate you and your business, Lisa. You have a wonderful day, okay?
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.